Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
My good friend Mark Phillips sent me a story, and he tips me off to a lot of stuff happening in England. And he knows the kinds of stories I do on this channel, and he's got his thumb firmly on that pulse. And this is a short story. But this is a huge, huge story because of what it suggests might be coming down the road. Now, this is something happening in England, as reported by The Sun and several other newspapers. And the thing about this story is that I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, of course, that iceberg was actually on the radar a little bit earlier, but I'm talking about what's going to happen now with cameras in traffic cameras, speed cameras, red light cameras, all these different cameras. And it depends on where you are in the world and where you are in the country of the U.S. if you have these things in your lives or not. I've been in different states that have had them for red lights. I've seen them for speeding. And Michigan just made them legal for construction zones, but construction zones only. Think of the construction workers. They're just going to be in construction zones. And of course, I know how the government works. A couple of years from now, they're going to be everywhere. There's going to be a speed camera right here watching me on camera. Make sure I don't do the videos too fast, okay? They're going to be everywhere. Once they get their toe in the door, then in comes the foot. Trust me on this. So here's the scary part. Neil Shaw wrote this article. New traffic camera uses artificial intelligence and radar to look inside cars and find all offenses. So, see, it used to just be speeding. You set up a little trailer there, and it's got a radar gun on it. And as you approach, it clocks your speed, and if it's above a certain limit, photographs your vehicle, gets your license plate, and next thing you know, you get a speeding ticket in the mail. People go, okay, that's bogus, but, what are you going to do? Well, red light cameras are next, see? And then what we do is we shorten the yellow, and we also make them trigger when you make a right turn on red, which is perfectly legal, but the car is across the line. Prove you were turning right. Photograph doesn't show you turning right, does it? Well, now they're talking about other offenses inside your car. What could those be? Seatbelt? Cell phone use? I don't know, drinking? What do you do in your car? The cutting edge technology is solar powered, by the way, so it's eco-friendly and can see you if you're on your phone or not wearing a seatbelt. It also connects to databases to check your tax and insurance. So if you drive by one of these things and it gets your license plate, just for the fun of it, it's not doing anything else. It'll run your plate to see if your insurance is up to snuff and make sure that you've got current registrations and so on. And so you can see where this is going. It's going to get ugly. We're halfway to Skynet right now. We're halfway to Skynet. A new speed camera installed alongside a busy UK road is using artificial intelligence to look inside drivers' cars, looking for offenses such as using a mobile phone, not wearing a seatbelt. The camera uses 4D cameras, radar, and high-resolution imaging to detect drivers breaking the rules. The company and the device, it's called the Red Speed Sentio camera. It's being trialed on one route ahead of a potential rollout across the country, according to The Sun. Camera can also link to DVLA and police databases to check tax and insurance on the spot. Make sure you paid all your money to the government. So presumably, if you didn't, it's going to notify somebody that you're out driving around, and they should probably go and track you down and talk to you about that. Camera can monitor traffic across 6 lanes, both day and night, using solar power. And presumably at night, it just works off batteries that were stocked up during the day. I don't think that England is the land of 24-hour sun just yet. So it works across 6 lanes. So when they set one of these things up, and you are way over here, you go, I can't see me, it's way over there. Oh, no. It covers all 6 lanes at the same time. See, that's the beauty of machines. They can do so much work. The camera has been installed on the A23 in South London as part of a trial before it can be given home office approval. Red Speed International said, Sentio is designed to be whatever camera you want it to be. It's like a bad date. In combining several key enforcement applications and having artificial intelligence at its heart, Red Speed Sentio has the built-in modular flexibility, capability, and scalability to meet virtually any future challenge. Did anybody doubt this was coming? Because I mean, obviously, like I said, radar cameras, obvious. Red light cameras, eh. Now just cameras looking into your car. And using artificial intelligence, they can look at images and the thing can figure out what it thinks you're doing. It won't always be right, but that's okay. It's just a machine. Campaigner Jake Herford, head of Big Brother Watch, told The Sun, this kind of intrusive and creepy surveillance, which treats every passerby as a potential suspect, is excessive and normalizing. It poses a threat to everyone's privacy. And I think creepy here is the word that we should actually focus on. It is creepy. It's creepy. I understand that when you're out in the public, people can see you. I've never believed I was invisible, nor did I ever get offended when people looked in my direction. But think about this. You park your car in a parking lot, you lock it, and you're walking away. And you turn back and look, and you see somebody looking into your car. Just looking into your car. And you walk back and you say, excuse me, what are you doing? Nothing, just walking around. And they just walk away and leave. They didn't touch your car. They didn't take anything of yours. What were they doing? Now you're going to say, Steve, I have the right to be suspicious of that because that person may have been casing my car looking for something to steal. They might have been. They might have just been a weirdo too. Just a creepy weirdo. And I've encountered creepy weirdos in my life. Now, luckily not every day, but I've encountered creepy weirdos. And so the fact that you driving down this road in South London and there is a camera looking into your car, analyzing what you are doing inside your car. And remember that, and this, of course, there's a differentiation here to be made between England and the U.S. Because in the U.S., we have all these different standards in place about when the police can do things or interact with you on what level. When can they pull you over? When can they search your car? When can they search your person? When can they interrogate you? What kinds? And so we have it in our society where a police officer to interact with you against your will has got to have a basis for doing so. So a police officer can't just say, I saw you drive by, you broke no laws, did nothing wrong, but I thought I'd pull you over, put you in the back of my squad car and tear your car apart searching it. Obviously, they can't do that. And so I'm simply pointing out that in America, we're used to the idea that as long as we mind our own business, we don't break the law, and we don't do anything that even looks like we're breaking the law. We're just minding our own business, that we kind of get to be left alone, even if we're in public. And so here's where the area gets blurred, the gray area in the middle here, because they're going to say, well, we're not bothering you. You're just driving past. If you didn't see the camera, you wouldn't know what happened. Problem is, we did know what happened. We know what's going to happen. So this is creepy. So this guy here had a Big Brother watch, says people should be free to go about their lives without being analyzed by faceless AI systems. Meanwhile, Transport for London said no tickets will be issued during this trial period. They're simply trialing it to see how it works out. And of course, we'll see how it works out, but someone's going to go, gee, how much money, how much revenue can we generate by turning this thing on and making it aggressive? Make this thing, because that there's going to be some kind of dial in there. Do we want to, if somebody's got their hand up, do we automatically assume they got a cell phone in it? Or do we have to actually see the cell phone? There's going to be some fine tuning. And someone's going to go, how much money would we make if that thing issued a ticket to every single person not wearing a seatbelt? How much money would we make? Oh my, that'd pay that machine off 10 times over the first week. Let's get 100 of those machines and put them everywhere and dial them up, as sensitive as you can make them. And so I think it is creepy. But the other concern I have is that right now they say cell phone use and seatbelts. That's it. That's just those two things. The same way they said just for construction, just for red lights, just for speeding. Think of the children. And so as well as I do that they're going to go, well, you shouldn't be drinking coffee or soda as you drive. Certainly you shouldn't be eating. You're driving down the road eating a Big Mac. Besides, your cholesterol. And so they very well could dial it in and say, okay, it's going to be seatbelts, cell phones, drinking, eating, smoking. Is it dangerous to smoke in a car? It might be. What if those hot ashes land in your lap? You could injure yourself. And then, of course, everything else. So it's looking like we're on the verge of just the potential of pure surveillance. That is where there's be cameras everywhere. And by the way, are they simply looking for traffic offenses? Could they be looking for other things? What about when this technology gets to the point where it can do facial recognition? It might already be there, by the way. So you're driving down the road, and at an angle, Sentio sees your face and goes, ooh, he looks like somebody they're looking for. And takes a photograph of your license plate and passes that along to law enforcement and goes, yeah, one of these people you're looking for just drove by in this car. Now they send out the APB on your car, and you get pulled over, and it turns out from another angle, your face doesn't quite look like the guy they wanted. So I can see problems like that also. But the real problem I have is that when they were just photographing the license plate of your car and said your car was speeding, or the license plate of your car because you crossed a bridge and they mailed you a toll by mail, those didn't seem that terribly intrusive to me. But this right here is both intrusive and creepy. And like I said, it's coming. I don't know what we can do about it, but we should be aware of it. But if you ever have the opportunity to express your opinion, let it be known how you feel about a device, a camera, that can oversee 6 lanes of traffic 24 hours a day, not just tracking license plates, but what you're doing inside your car and whether or not that's legal. And if it spots you doing something illegal, it might do something about that. It might notify somebody. And again, like I said, I think that's creepy. Mark Phillip, thanks for sending it. Neil Shaw wrote that it appeared in a lot of places, including The Sun. Skynet is here, my friends. Just thought I'd let you know. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Lift up your eyes and see the good in the world, for we are people with an amazing capacity to do great good.